What we have discussed in the last class? Yes. Everybody understood architecture? Any doubts? Any queries in this topic? Architecture, very, very important. Okay. So you need to draw the diagram. You need to explain what is kernel. Okay. What is shell, followed by files. Okay. And process. What do you mean by process? Then system calls. Everybody were there in the last class? I cannot repeat, but I'll just give a glimpse of what we have discussed in the last class. Okay, if you have missed the class, you just check it and go back to home and check in the textbook. Okay, we have not done much, only just the architecture we have discussed. Okay, so in the architecture, so if you know the basic diagram of operating system, okay, it's very similar to that, only some small changes in terms of functionality. Who are absent, we need to give the diagram and tell is it easy to understand. Maybe the terms are new. Okay, hardware you already know. What is hardware? On top of that, there will be an operating system. So in Unix operating system, normally we use the term kernel. It is nothing but an operating system. It is going to provide the interface between the user and hardware. Okay, and whatever the functionalities or the responsibility of OS you have already learned, the general operating system. So the same thing it is applicable here. So there are some additional features are there here. So you are going to learn in the next topic, features of Unix. Then shell, what is shell? It's visible. Okay, yes. So on top of kernel, what is there? You can just observe the diagram. There is a new term called shell. Okay, what exactly it is? It is once again an interface between kernel and user. Okay, through shell you will be able to get the functionalities done by the operating system. Okay, whatever if you want to see what are the files existing, or if you want to know what is the today's date, okay, you can just use the shell interface and you can get the details. So that is about the shell. Then files and process. So we have discussed what is file, how files are stored, what are the different types of information, different types of files are available. Then what is process, how process is managed. Okay, the basic concept if you know, so you can understand this easily. Then system calls. So most of the operations or functions provided by the operating system with the help of system calls. So how operating system is going to provide interface to the user to access the hardware through system calls. Okay, if you want to access any of the file, so you need some system call or some predefined function. So with the help of that predefined function, you can get the work done by the operating system. Okay, so those functions we call it as a system calls. Okay, example open, write. Okay, here and one more important thing you need to remember is in Windows, when you are working with anybody tried programs in Windows, handling programs using C, did right? So how you are going to write? What is the function you will use? File, write operation or read operation. Yep, printf you are going to use for printing. Okay, so this is in case of Windows. In Windows, when you are working with a file, so this is a system call is used. But when you are working in the environment of Unix, so you are going to use the system call called write. Okay, so there is a difference. So whatever the program you have written in Windows, you cannot directly execute in Unix environment because the function is same, but the name given for the system calls are different. Okay, so like this, there are some of the changes are there. When you are writing the program, you need to look into those system calls. Okay. So today we will just discuss in brief about the features of Unix. Just note down features of Unix. Note on the important points. Features of Unix. You can just write the important point. No discussion, just write on the points. So I'll explain one by one. Okay. So mainly we are going to discuss the important features. There are 7. Finished. Keep it with us. Later I'll collect it. Yes, finished. So we'll start with the first one, multi-user system. Okay, here there are some more additional I have added portable. Okay, so Unix operating system, it can be installed on any hardware platform. Okay, it is independent of what hardware you are going to use. You can install on any hardware. So that is the reason it is called as portable. What is the meaning of portable? It can be installed on any hardware. What is the meaning of any hardware? Different manufacturers. Okay, so the hardware are designed or it is created with a different manufacturers. So you can install this operating system on different. So if you take example of Mac OS, so can you install in your system the normal system? No. Okay, it is very dedicated to Mac system only. You cannot install Mac OS in any other hardware. Okay, so but here Unix operating system, Unix even Windows also, it is portable. You can install on any hardware and you can use it. So the next one is multi-user. What do you mean by multi-user? So more than one user can work. Okay, multiple users can work on this operating system. Example, maybe in the previous class I gave example. You have used that also. In the first year you have used thin clients, no? So where there were no CPU only used to use monitor. Okay, that means the operating system is installed in the server and whatever the memory, CPU time, okay, RAM, whatever it requires, it is divided for all the multiple users. The same hardware. So there is a high capacity hardware, that is in terms of CPU, okay, RAM and memory. Okay, this hardware is shared among multiple users. User 1, okay, then 2, 3, like how many users, how many systems they are connected. So all the system can run the operating system and they can do whatever the application they want to do or whatever the program they want to execute, it can be done. Okay, so that is the reason it is called multi-user. So there are some commands. Okay, in Unix, you can just check how many users are present in that particular environment, or how many users are currently running the programs. Okay, so we'll just go with all those commands later. So the multi-user means, so more than one user can use the system, but it is not like on the same system you will be having different terminals. This is one terminal in the sense the monitor. Okay, this is another terminal, the third terminal. Like this, you can install any number of terminals and you can use the operating system. But it is not possible in case of Windows. Windows, it is single user. Okay, in that also there are different versions. Okay, some of the version it supports multi-user, but in general, so Windows it does not support multi-user. Okay, so how to check like who all the users are presently working in this or using the Unix operating system? So for that we have a command called, in the last class I wrote but I didn't explain. Okay, there is a command called who. Okay, so when you run this command, it will display a list of users who are logged in or that using the system, Unix operating system. Okay, I will show the output of that. So that is the meaning of multi-user. What do you mean by multitasking? You got the clear idea, no? What is multi-user? Multi-user means, so just remember the thin clients, what you have used. Okay, so in server they have installed all the applications. With the help of terminal, you will be able to share the same resources. How it is going to allocate? How it is going to allocate? So this CPU time, if all the users want to run at the same time, so this CPU time should be shared among all these users. Okay, so next, multitasking. Everybody will be doing this multitasking. Yes, no? You will, if you are preparing any document, you will not always sit and simply create the program or create the document. Parallelly, you may be browsing for something or you may be listening to the music. Okay? So parallelly, you are doing so many work. So that is called as multitasking. So where you can run more than one program. Okay? So that is called multitasking. Okay. So in additional to that, so let me just go to this multitasking. So then building block approach. Building block approach. So here there are some commands. Okay, there are some commands. You can, I think in one command I have shown the output, that is like the output of one command you can give as an input to the other one. Okay, so consider, so I have done ls. Okay, I will get some output. So listing the files. Okay, what all files are available in that folder I am going to get. So in case if I want to know, I don't want to see what are the files. If I am interested in checking the count. Okay, so how many files are available? So I don't want to see the names, I want to check the count. So it is possible using a command called ls. So this is called pipe. Okay, so it is available in keyboard. You can see like this. Okay, pipe followed by wc. Okay, followed by wc. It is going to give the number of files available. Okay, this is going to list. If you are interested to check how many files, just use this pipe and wc. So that is called word count actually, but still it is going to count how many number of files are available. So for this you don't have any separate commands for this. So you have to use this command in this method only. Okay. So this is called pipe. So where the output of one command is given as input to the other command. Okay. So you will be learning a lot of other commands. So once we start the basic commands, so time being you just remember this. Okay, this is also called filters. Okay, so what is filter here? So this notation, we call it as filter. That means it is going to filter the output. So I am interested in only count. So it is going to show filter all the name of the files and it will show only the count. So this mechanism it is supported in Unix operating system. So this is called as built-in block approach. So next we have toolkits. Okay, Unix toolkit. So in this, once again, you have many other applications like text editor. You want to create C program. What do you need? You need editor, no? Yes or no? How will type the program? So you need text editor. And also in case if you want to do any network applications, network related applications, what are the protocols you have already learned, and also you are learning this time. So all that inbuilt protocols are available in Unix operating system. Okay, so that is one more advantage. Okay, compilers, interpreters, and also system administrator tools. Okay, you can just note down. So what are the applications or the tools it is going to support? The tools related to text editor or text manipulation editor, network management, then administrative tools. Okay, and there are so many other tools are available. Compiler, interpreter. Why you need compiler? If you want to run a C program, you need compiler, no, to debug your program and compile it, debug your program and get the result. So these are all inbuilt tools available in Unix operating system. So what is the next one? Pattern matching. What do you mean by pattern matching? So if you are searching for a particular pattern, I want to know the list of students, okay, their name starts with C. Okay, this is called pattern matching. Similarly, even in Unix, we have some the commands where you can find the patterns. So example, ls, I'll just go with the, because everybody familiar with ls, no? File names, it is going to list the file names. So in this, okay, so if you just give $ls enter, okay, you need to just type ls, okay, press enter, you will get list of files. So instead of this, I want to filter, I want to know the files with name CHAP, that is chapter, followed by asterisk symbol. Okay, so this is called as pattern matching. I am trying to match this pattern. If any of the files match with this pattern, it is going to list. Okay, what is the pattern? Chapter. Okay, chop I have given, followed by it can be any other character, or it may contain numbers or characters, anything else. Okay, so example I can give what will be the files get listed here, chapter 1, okay, chapter 2 and so on, chapter 3. I am just trying the possible output. Okay, this is an example what is the meaning of pattern matching. So not only this, okay, so not only using this the special character, that is asterisk, so we have one more special command called grep command. Okay, so time being I will just stop this. I will explain in a separate class how to use this grep command for finding the matching. Okay, in case if you have a Excel file, okay, where I have 1000 students. Okay, among that I want to know only the specific student details. So in that case, you can go for this pattern matching. Okay, so we'll discuss how it can be used later in detail. I'm just giving the features, what and all it is supporting. Okay, so next, programming facility. Do you think only it is supporting only the commands? Only commands in Unix? No. Even it supports programming. What do you mean by programming here? When I use the term, what is the meaning of programming? What it contains? Programs. Where you are going to specify conditions, okay, control statements, looping, okay. So all those things you can use in Unix programming. Okay, you will be learning shortly. So how to use this programming to write and execute the programs using even commands. So in that program you can use the commands to perform the particular operation. Along with that you can add the control statement, looping statement, everything, and you can prepare the programs. Okay, so that is also supported in Unix. So next one is documentation. What do you mean by documentation? Why you need documentation? Any software you take, there will be documentation. What is the purpose of documentation? Hmm? How program works. Okay, it is like user manual. Okay, so the user or anybody who are looking into that particular project or program first time, they may not understand what it is. So they need some documentation or manual or help. Okay, so the same thing it is supported in Unix operating system using a command called man. So there is a help command called man. Note down, note down. We will see the output of this later. Output of this command later. So in documentation, it is going to provide the facility of checking what is each command is going to perform, because everybody are new to this subject. Yes or no? Everybody are new to these commands. So when you are learning, okay. So in the beginning, you can just use this man command. So who are absent in the last class, if you want to know what is ls. Okay, just give this, you will get is $man, it is a command. Along with that, you are going to specify what is the command. So this is like an help. It is going to tell what is this command is going to do with the syntax. Okay, and also I told along with the command you are going to specify some of the options here. Yes, in the last class you have checked. There are some options. I will tell about those options later. Okay. Even it is going to list the complete information about this command. Okay. If you are interested in any other command, CAL. Okay. It will show the complete information. Whatever the command you want to know, just type man space. Then what is the name of the command? Always command is a single word. Okay, don't give space, CA, space, L. No, it is just single word. So that is one way of getting the documentation. So how you can get the documentation details is using man command. So what are the other documentation you can see? You can just, if you Google it, so there are so many groups, that is news group, okay, and also there are many other resources are available in the online, okay, and also there are some universities like they have given the documentation about the Unix operating system. You can just get all these details in the online, but if you are not connected to the internet, so this is a simple documentation where you can use. Okay, if you are connected to internet, you can just get the details of any particular command or any particular information about the Unix. So in the internet, it is available. Okay, so these are the different facilities. So environment, let me go through that later. Okay, so I was explaining about the shell. Okay, everybody knows what is shell. So now we need to understand there are different types of shells. Okay, different types of shells. Just note down. So we are not going to use all the shells. Mainly we are going to use bash shell. So the first one is Bourne shell. Okay, mainly there are three standards of shells: Bourne shell, then bash shell, then C shell, then corn shell. Okay, if your system is not having shell, you cannot run these commands. Okay, if your system should be installed with any one of these shell. So this shell is going to be an interface between the user and kernel. And again, don't ask the question, what do you mean by shell? So you should be knowing what is shell, because whatever the commands or programming you are going to execute using shell only. So in that, so my system is installed with bash. I think most of what if you are using Ubuntu operating system, so it is installed with bash shell. So how to check your system is installed or supporting which type of shell? Okay, that also I will tell you how to check it. So 3 standard shells are available. So that is about the different types of shells. Next. Are you people are understanding? If you have any queries in between, you can ask. Okay? Don't keep quiet. Write the notes neatly. Okay. If not in detail, at least important points note down. Okay. So there is one more small topic. So that is called POSIX and single Unix specification. So there is one more standard of Unix called POSIX. So what do you mean by POSIX? It indicates portable operating system for computer environment. Okay, it is very similar to the Unix operating system, but they have given it as a or specified it as a separate standard. So what are the standards it is going to support? So mainly there are two standards of POSIX. One is POSIX.1. So it specifies the C application program interface, the system calls that is using kernels. Then POSIX2 deals with the shell and utilities. Okay, so don't worry about what is this POSIX, because we have another module where you are going to learn most of the system calls that is supported by this POSIX. But just note down what do you mean by POSIX. Okay, it is a different version of Unix, that's all. Another version of Unix operating system. So you can just see there are so many other specifications, that is Unix 95. Remember, no, Windows 95, Windows 98, Windows XP, Windows NT. Okay, these are all different standards. Similarly, even in Unix, you have these specifications. Unix 95, 98, Unix 3. Okay. After that, they have introduced one more new standard called POSIX. POSIX stands for Portable Operating System for Computer Environment. So what are the important two more standards of POSIX is POSIX 1 and POSIX 2. Okay, so we'll discuss about these POSIX standards in later module in detail. So now, I think I don't have one slide here, just a minute. Okay. So just take the heading. There is one topic I have not prepared the slide. Internal and external commands. Just note down. Internal and external commands. So we have just discussed about the commands. So how you can categorize these? It is not there in the slide. Internal and external commands. It can be asked for 5 to 6 marks. What is internal and external commands? So everybody know at least few commands know now. Let me just switch on to operating system. Okay, so whatever the available operating systems are out there, it is, sorry, not operating system, commands, it is categorized into two types. One is internal commands and another one is if anybody want VirtualBox, you can just install, just go to the technical stuff, they will install it. You can install with the help of VirtualBox, you can install any of the operating system. Okay. So if you want Linux, Fedora, these are all just various versions of Unix. So in the next class, I want you people to check what is the difference between, note down, what is the difference between Linux and Unix? Linux and Unix. You have not heard about the operating system Linux? Okay, just find out what are the differences between Unix and Linux. Okay, so once you switch on, in case if your system or when you are installing, if you have given option for login, normally it will ask for login. Okay, you need to specify username followed by password. So here I have not set anything. So that is the reason I am getting directly. You just, this is called dashboard. Click on this. You just search for the terminal. Okay, here it is already showing If not, you can just type it. You will get the terminal. Okay. So this is the application where you are going to run all these commands. Clear? It's visible, no, to everyone. Okay. Like who are absent, let me just show you one or two commands. I told ls, that is going to list the files. Which all the files are available in this present directory. What do you mean by directory here? What do you mean by directory? Folder. Okay, how we are going to create in your Windows folder, okay, with your name. Then within that you may create subfolder. Then you are going to store files in the same manner. Okay, you can create that also. So can you see here? There are some files are available. Whatever the files are available in the current directory, it is just displaying. Okay. So in case if you want to, let me just run this ls. Okay. Then pipe minus, not minus, it is wc. Okay, ls space minus, not minus. So you already know what is the output of ls. Okay, so if you want to know how many files are available here, do you sit and count? It's not required. You have a command called wc. Can you see? So there are 27 files. So what is this 20 other 27 and 211? We'll discuss that part later. So it is going to calculate even the characters and all. So just go through that. And calendar, we have checked already. The calendar, current month calendar, if you want, you need to just type CAL. Okay, if you CAL calendar. If you want the complete year, just give cal. So 2021. So you will get the complete year calendar. Okay. Even you can specify the particular date. That is the month. Okay. So that's all about. So now we'll just go to the some of the commands called internal and external. So before going to that, I'll just ask you how to create the folder here. Normally in Windows, you will just right click, new, you will create the folder and you will rename. So how you are going to create the folder here? So I will not use folder here, I should use the term called directory. Yes? Make directory. Okay. So mkdir, dir. Okay. If that indicates make directory. You are going, if you want to create a new directory, you need to use mkdir. Okay. Space. Then what is the directory name? Creating directory name or folder name, it is called class. Okay. So if it is created successfully, so immediately you will get a prompt, command prompt. What is this called? The dollar symbol, it is called command prompt. So if your statement or the command, whatever you have given correctly, if it is executed successfully, it will go to the prompt, command prompt. So now how to enter into that directory? Now directory is created. If you want to check, just give LSL. Can you see that directory is created? Can you see here? The blue color, all blue color direct, the names it indicates it is directory. And the white color font indicates files, the actual files. Okay. So now I want to go to that particular directory. How you can do that? So cd class, name of the directory. Okay, can you see now it is entered into that particular directory. So you can create the file here. Okay, or if you want to store something new, files or any other information, or if you want to create the subdirectory, that is also possible. Okay, so time being I am just going to come out of this directory cd. I need to so that is how you can come out of the directory. Okay, so why I am explaining all this is now you need to categorize which are all comes under internal commands and which are all comes under external commands. So now before going to that, you need to understand what is internal command and what is external command. Any idea? So now whatever I have shown you, there are some commands categorized as internal command and some commands it is categorized as external commands. Just note down. It is not there in the slides, that's why. Just note down. Internal commands are something which is built into this shell. Internal commands or something which is built into the shell. Okay, so that means that is present without shell, that particular command it won't work. Okay, so internal commands are something which is built into the shell. Example, how you can classify, how you can easily identify the commands are internal. So example, so the commands that is not going to create any process. Okay, so process means everybody knows. Okay, so what happens if process is created means what happens? So there is a memory allocated. So in memory, I think in the last class I showed how memory is created, what and all information it is going to store in that particular process state, everything. Okay, so now, so there are some set of commands. It is not going to create any process. Okay, it is going to be just performing that particular action. Example, CD. Okay, change directory. It is not going to create any process. So I'll just take another command called calendar. Okay, so this is going to create a process. Yes, no, you have to run this program. This is a system call. It has to run this program and you should get the output. Yes. Are you getting the difference? CD, change directory. That means it is going to just change from that particular directory to the whatever the directory you are going to specify here. Okay. But when you run calendar or date or ls, okay, ls, what happens here? It is going to invoke this particular system call, run and execute, then you are going to get the output. Okay, so these are all called external commands and these are all called internal commands. Okay, so example, you can just write even echo. I think we have not tried about echo, no? Let me just check. Echo. Yes, last bench. What happened? What is the meaning of echo here? I have executed echo command. What happened? It's just print whatever you are going to specify. Echo space whatever you are going to specify. The same thing it is going to print. Okay, it is not going to perform anything. So that is also an example of internal command. Then, okay, like that you can just categorize the commands as internal command and external command. So you can just write cd, okay, echo, and there is one more command called pwd. Just write, these are all called internal commands. Internal commands. So the execution of these commands is going to be faster. Why? Because it does not require to create any process. Okay, note down. So the execution of internal commands is faster because it does not require to create any process. If you are listening, you can write it. The execution of internal commands is faster because it does not require to create any process. Next, external command. Okay. So note down external command. External commands are not built into the shell. External commands are not built into the shell. Not built into the shell. These are all, sorry, there are executable. There are executable. What you wrote? Executable files. You can just write it executable files. Okay, so when you want to execute external command, it has to create the process. It has to create the process. Whenever you want to execute the external command, it requires to create the process. So who is doing that? Operating system is going to take care of creating the process, not the user. Okay, so now how to check which is external command and which is internal command. Okay, so for that we have a command called type. So how will clear the screen? Otherwise you can use one more command I told in the last class to clear the screen. What is the command? Tput space clear. Okay, or else directly you can specify clear. It is going to clear the screen. So now you can check the command that is internal or external. Can you tell some command so that I can give you? Let me check with the same example what we have taken. Change directory. Okay. What you are getting? CD is a shell built in. That means it is internal command. Okay, so whenever you are getting the output that is shell built in, it indicates that it is the internal command. Just note down the output to check how to check the type of command. How to check the type of command. Then you just write this $type. No need to write all that complete path, SVC, all those things. Just write $type. Okay, I want to check what is the type of command, that is CD. Okay, so you are going, even you have to write the output. Okay, so CD, what you are getting is a built-in shell. Oh, is a shell built-in. Okay, shell built-in. Okay, you are not going to get the same output for external command. It won't show that it is not built-in shell. No. Okay, you will not get that like that. So we'll see how you are going to get for external command. Type. What is the command I can give here? Huh? ls. No, it is 1 minute. Type. Okay. Can you see what you are getting? Is hashed and it is specifying the path where is that particular program is available. Okay, so that is /user/bin. Then in the bin it is having the file related to this calendar. Okay, so here cal it is a just command, but inbuilt there is a program already. Whenever you just type cal and enter, so immediately it will invoke that particular program, run, and the output is displayed here. Okay, is it clear? If it is built in, you are going to get the output like this. CD is a shell built in. If you are not getting like that, it indicates that it is not a built-in command. Similarly, you can just type date. Have you checked the date command? If you want to know what is the date, okay, date and time. It is date and time. Okay. So if it is external command, so it is not going to tell that it is not shell built-in. So that is how you can classify the commands into internal and external. So which is faster here? Internal commands or external commands in terms of execution? Internal commands, because it does not require to create any process. Okay, fine. Okay, so like syntax, how to follow the syntax for commands? What is the syntax you need to follow? Okay, ls. Okay, is it the uppercase works? Capital ls? Let's try. What it is telling? Currently not installed. That means it is not recognizing the capital letter command. That is ls. Even you can try calendar. It won't recognize. Okay. So if it is a small case, you will get the output. Okay. So that is the like syntax you need to follow. And also in case if you are going to give the options, you need to give the proper space. Proper space should be given. It is not like $LS. It won't work. Okay. So it should be a single word. Capital LS, no. Then if you are going to give any options, okay, minus L, this also won't work. So what is the correct one? So it is $LS space hyphen then option. There are so many options. Okay, let me just tell you how to check or how to work with the man command documentation I told you. So you can just type man ls. Clear the screen so that. Okay. So this is like a help. So whichever the command, if you don't know something, you can just type that command here and you will get the result. Okay, what it is telling? So ls is a list directory content, and also it is showing what and all this is the syntax ls option then file name. So you are going to learn in the separate like in the next class. So what is ls command, how it works, all those things with the different options. So you can just observe all the options it is going to specify. Okay. Minus a, what it is, okay. Then capital A means then author minus B. Okay, there are so many things. Normally we will not use all these options. So whichever the commonly used, will be using that. Minus L normally will use. There are so many options. So if you want to quit, you need to press Q. Clear what I did? So if you are in, this is manual. Now manual is opened with respect to this command. So if you want to stop checking this information, just press Q to exit from this manual and switch to command prompt. Just press Q. So we'll come back to the command prompt. Done. So like that you can just check man type. Okay. Spelling mistake. It is not recognizing. You can just check any other command. Okay. So you need to give the proper comments, then you will get the details. Clear. So this is the details for what? Which command? Who? Have you executed who command? No, no. Let's try. So what is the output you are going to get for? Huh? SVCE. No, okay, that is the actual result. User details. Who all the users logged in? Okay, you can just see. So here there are two users, like the process. This is the terminal and this is another process. It is showing two users. Okay. So two users are logged in. Next, in case, what is the terminal of mine? I can check that using who am. Okay. It's not recognizing. Actually, it should come. Okay. So my terminal name is SVC PTS/1 and also it is showing the date, like time when I have logged in. If you want to check everybody's, then you have to just give who command. Okay. Okay. So next I was explaining about the options. So where you are going to specify the options? What is the command structure I wrote? So first you need to specify $s command. Normally it is a verb. Okay. Then space, you are going to specify options. Options. Then followed by file. This is the general structure of command. Okay. Example for this, $ls minus k, then I can give some file name. Okay. What is cp command? Copy. If you want to copy the content of C1 file to C2 file. Okay, you just try to execute. First create a file. Okay, first create a file using cat command. Concatenation. Okay, followed by give the file name. Then it will ask for entering the text. Then exit from here. Okay, then create another file. C2 if you don't create also, it will create. Okay, so this should be existing. So now whatever the content you have entered, it can be copied to C2. So like that, there are so many other commands. So we'll just check those commands in the later class. And also option, I am telling you your option, whatever the option you are going to give, you can give many options, not only one option. So example for ls, you can give minus l, minus k. Okay, what are these? Check it using man command. Okay, minus t followed by some file name. So this is how you need to specify the options. These are all called, this is command, options and file name. So file name, normally we call it as the arguments. Arguments. Okay. Write on this syntax. So command, so you can just write it as a verb. So just for understanding purpose I've written verb, then space minus option, then arguments. Okay, so remaining commands we'll discuss in the next class.